Massive night for the Team 3 camp.
Yeah.
Massive night on the internet last night.
A little too massive.
The world seemingly had turned on Russell. Oh, his teammates said, we got his back. Connor, will you please read through these tweets about Russell Wilson and make sure Ty Schmidt hears them as well?
Okay.
These are from his teammates, people that are with him every single day. Currently, this is what they had to say about Russell Wilson in some people are saying coordinated, but I would just say a group effort of getting Russell Wilson's back. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, this one comes from Garrett Bowles, offensive lineman for the Broncos, and the tag in the tweet says Broncos country. And then it's a screenshot of a note section, and it says, this has been an incredibly difficult season personally, and even more difficult watching my brother, Russ, get beaten down with the hurtful attacks and lies. Russ pours his heart and soul into this game. Most of all, he pours his heart and soul into our team. He is one of the greatest competitors and teammates I've ever been around. We have his back and know he wants nothing more than to win, all caps.
Hell yeah.
That is our quarterback and brother. We'll learn from this adversity and be better for it together. Bronco country. He doesn't say Broncos country, but Bronco country. Trust that Russ and everyone on this team, including Team 3, I believe, will do everything we can to get this right. No, just the Broncos?
Yeah, these guys, I think, are all representing just the Broncos.
Okay, so everyone on this team, strictly Denver Broncos, will do everything we can to get this right for you. You deserve it. Better days ahead, and we love you guys.
That's from offensive lineman Garrett Bowles.
Sure.
Just wait. There's more. Ty, are you reading this?
Yeah, I see it. This one's from
Ty.
Yeah?
Ty.
Yeah.
A lot of time to type that up in the notes section. Got on night mode, too, because he didn't want to hurt his eyes. He knew he was going to go in there for a long time. He wrote that entire thing out. He loves his teammate. Ty, go ahead and read that next one, Pop.
Yeah, this one's from KJ Hamler, and he's responding to a Barstool Sports article that says, Russell Wilson had his own private office and parking spaces, et cetera, et cetera. KJ Hamler said, 3 goes above and beyond to do whatever it takes to win for the team. Y'all not about to bash him and act like he still ain't that same Russ who won a Super Bowl and was a 9-time Pro Bowler. I stand behind my QB, heart emoji, fingers crossed emoji. Love you, 3.
Love you, 3. Thank you, 3.
Thank you, 3. I see it.
Pumped up. Hey, we got to take that into account. That's real, because we talked about this yesterday. That's 2 guys, and there is more. And I think we should address them all because this is a big deal because a lot of people have questioned whether or not his teammates care. We have questioned. We have said, hey, his teammates have had to heard all the things that are being said about him.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who can literally come out and talk about it. But then that's the old adage. And Aaron Rodgers taught us this because he's obviously lived in a much different world than we ever have when it comes to spotlight. He says, kill him with indifference? Was that what it was, Ty?
Yeah.
That was how he addressed every story that came out about him. Every narrative that came out about him. He never addressed any of them. So every one of them, in some people's eyes, was true. And in his eyes, he was like, I'm killing him with, I can't address everything that's said about me. So I'm not going to start.
Yeah.
But there's some things I think people should know about you. I don't think you being the biggest entitled prima donna, standoff, smug prick of all time is good.
Right.
But with every story that has come out that has never been refuted by you because you're like, why would I do that? These people are making up stories. I don't agree. Why do I have to go out of my day? That's not how I want to live my life. I don't want to have to just answer about things that aren't real all the time. And I could see where that's coming from. You know what I mean? When he explained it, I understood it. Now, we were a little boozed up when the conversation was happening. He was not, though. I think he was ready to go put on a show on that green. He's a golfer. He is a
good one.
He's a golfer. So that's almost how Aaron Rodgers Tuesday came into existence. That was the beginning of it. So I'd assume a lot of people in Russell Wilson's camp have been telling him the same thing for a long time. Once you address this, and you have to address this, and you have to address this, and now they got you. You're like a yo-yo. Anytime they want you, all they got to do is just make up something fake, and then here you come out. That's not real. Here's my side of the story. I'm a human too. There's obviously 2 sides to every story, even if you're a megastar. Boom, boom, boom. You can see how that could potentially be the case. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna disappear, and then they'll make up something else, and then boom, you got to come back out and explain. So some guys at that level, I think, superstardom,
Sure.
don't want to deal with that. They don't want to fucking have to answer everything because they don't want to be like, a toy, like a puppet.
Yeah.
Like that's not what they want to do.
Play.
But I think Russell Wilson's teammate speaking about him today or over the last 24 hours is a big deal. And like, I think Russell should think about addressing some of the things, and do it in his own way. Doesn't have to do it in an uncomfortable or awkward way. Like, I think that's a good way of leadership too. Like, just, I say these things, I do these things, I try these things. Like, and I don't want to say explain himself, but I think it'd make everybody's life a lot easier if he did.
And like this definitely helps the case, at least for me, because I said just yesterday, like this guy sucks. Whatever he's doing with the Nathaniel Hackett press conference, that's bullshit. All that stuff. And the big thing was, hey, we haven't heard from the team of the other guys, and finally yesterday we hear from like 8 of them. But isn't that a little weird that all these guys?
Whoa.
Just a little, because it doesn't happen once all year, right? This entire year, all we're saying is, why haven't we heard from anybody on the Broncos? And also, why haven't we heard from anybody who played with him in Seattle? Because all the other Seattle guys from his past were also burying him, Sherman, and I think it was someone else.
But let's be hold on,
Sean,
let's be
kinda.
fair though.
Yes.
When he was at Seattle, he was winning. So
Sure.
True.
Yeah, so a little different.
People are asking.
They were winning.
People
Yeah.
were asking how much Team 3 had to pay those guys and send those tweets to them to put out.
Yeah, I saw some people say Garrett Bowles didn't type that in his note section,
Yeah,
that the speech doctor for Team 3 typed it and then sent it to him and then just had Garrett Bowles
Oh,
say
so that's an NIL deal.
that's just what people
kinda
were
smart.
saying.
3.
It's a smart move by Team 3.
Yeah, I love Jerry Jeudy. I believe everything he does, but I'm just saying it's weird that 8 guys in the same day after nobody said anything.
Tone,
all
will you
year.
please read Jerry Judy's tweets
Of
just so we can
course.
kind of put a bow in this
Of
whole
course I
thing?
will. That's far. Okay.
Here it is.
This is from Jerry Judy. I ain't gonna keep
Dog.
Dog. I ain't gonna keep looking at these false statements about my boy Russ, man. As a teammate who sees the elite work ethic, this man has is incomparable. He got an office because he's committed his life to this game. Oh, so he does have an office. I never had a teammate who motivated me more than Russ. 100 emoji.
100.
100.
That's 100% true.
That means, say it again.
Maybe even 100 times.
Oh, like every time you read this, it'll be true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Times 100.
100 out of 100 times.
Boom. There it is.
This is the truth. All right, so the Russell Wilson stuff, we're done with, right? We
Yeah.
trust Russell. We like Russell?
Yeah, I think to your point, though, just to wrap it up, I think he does need to come out and kind of like not, have some sort of interview, just address it outside of it. Because I think there is still that hint of like, at the end of the day, Russell, you can say all this kind of stuff, but he does still care more about himself than anything else. I think if he sat down with someone and actually had like kind of a heart to heart and like kind of dropped the shtick for a little bit, I think that would go a long way with a lot of people.
Are we the ones?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Russ Wilson Wednesday. And if it's not us, like maybe
You can only do one.
Braun on the shop. Like maybe get him in the shop and see if they can crack the armor a little bit.
I think if they can get him on the bus, they should do that too.
Sure.
I
Absolutely.
think Will and Taylor would do a good job.
Just to see if the, like.
He wasn't bad on the Manning cast.
No, he
No,
wasn't.
he wasn't. He was good. Made me like